Take this opportunity to welcome you to Wadsworth Elementary. You are going to love it here, especially kindergarten. I like to tell people that kindergarten is the best, but I'm a little biased. But on a serious note, welcome to the Wadsworth family. We look forward to meeting you in person and seeing you on the campus, hopefully very, very soon. Again, welcome to the family.
All right, and I see that Dr. Crawford has just joined us. So I am going to let her take over from here.
All right, good evening and thank you for joining us. I apologize for being late. I was clicking on the Facebook post for it, and that link wasn't taking me to this session, so thank you. I apologize. I just wanted to say welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are so happy that you are here with us. I can tell you that I would put our kindergarten team up against anyone. They are some of the most amazing educators that I have ever worked with. And at Wadsworth, we do believe in building a very firm foundation for your child's educational career. And that foundation starts in VPK and kindergarten. And I feel like we do offer the very best VPK and kindergarten program to set that firm foundation for our students as they begin their educational career. So we have a love of learning at our school, and we want to transfer that love of learning to not only to your child, but to your family. It's our goal that we are a family school, and we just want to say welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
I love Wadsworth because I can see all of my friends, and I love my teacher, and I love my disciples.
Hi everyone. So this picture, or this slide with these two pictures, shows just a little bit of what you would expect to see in kindergarten. On the hands-on learning picture, that is one of our science experiments for the year, where the students get to compare attributes of different objects from the classroom. And then the other picture, flexible and comfortable learning environments, we do time with our kids, and they get to go into reading and writing, and they get all of these different experiences with books and other different learning materials that they might not get to experience as a whole group. And so when we split into those small group times, we can really focus on their learning needs. And as you can see in that picture, you know, they can choose how they want to participate in those different groups.
Hi again, I'm Joanna Hughes. I'm the Dreams teacher for kindergarten here at Wadsworth. And as you can see, this is my class from this year. They're again outside learning. And that is one of our big things in kindergarten is hands-on learning. You're not gonna find our kiddos sitting at their desk doing a lot of paper and pencil. Our goal in kindergarten is to get them up and moving, centers, small group. We want them learning, as one of the bullets there is, through exploring. And I know all of us feel very strongly about that. That is a big thing for us. We want to make sure that also their social needs are met. That is huge for us too. So you're going to find a lot of that in kindergarten. And working with each other in small group and with their friends. So we're excited to meet your little guys, and we can't wait to meet them in person. But again, we do a lot of small group and working with each other and hands-on in kindergarten.
All right, so this is a picture of our STREAM class here at Wadsworth. That is a special area or elective class that students will visit on a rotation basis with physical education, art, and music. And STREAM stands for science, technology, reading, engineering, arts, and math. And this is actually our flagship here at Wadsworth. And if you're unfamiliar what flagships are in Flagler County, each elementary school has a specific flagship that they focus on. And here at Wadsworth, having the Flagler County STEM Academy within our school, STREAM is the flagship that we focus on. And the mission of STREAM is to provide a challenging learning environment that inspires innovation and excellence in science, technology, reading, engineering, art, and math, which maximizes individual potential and ensures students are well equipped to meet the challenges of the careers in the future. So this picture is actually Debbie Crispin teaches the STREAM class. And she has some amazing experience with technology, robotics, design, and she incorporates all of these topics into her lessons. And you can see the kids here are actually coding with a robot, and these are kindergartners. So it's a pretty awesome experience for kids.
Hi everyone, it's Miss Sensabaugh. I know you're wondering, what are you going to learn when you come to kindergarten at Wadsworth? Your kiddo will learn to read CVC words, segment words. They will learn to count to 100 by ones, tens, and fives. They will learn all 80 sight words. And a few things you could do to get them ready over the summer would be practicing writing their name, practicing some letters and sounds, and practicing naming shapes in different colors.
Hi, I'm Angela Creasy. I'm also a kindergarten teacher here at Wadsworth. And just to kind of go with Miss Sensabaugh with what she said, we put some skills that you can use or you can work on this summer to get your child ready for kindergarten. One of them is singing the ABC song. I know this sounds pretty simple, but not all kids know the song when they come in. Sometimes I think we just automatically assume they do. But song is a great way for kids to learn. So if you can practice the ABC song with them. The second one is writing his or her first name and last name. So for the first name, we want to make sure, and with the last name, but we want to make sure that we start with an uppercase letter at the beginning and then lowercase letters for the rest. Because once they get in the habit of doing this, it's hard to change it back. Another thing that's good is to start with just the first name and then the last name so they don't get overwhelmed. And if you say the letters with them as they go along, that could also be helpful. A third thing is identifying the 26 letters, uppercase and lowercase. Of course, we're not talking about doing this in order like in the ABC song. We're talking about doing this all mixed up. And these are things that we also teach in kindergarten, but these are things that you can go ahead and start practicing if you just want to get a little heads up on their learning.
Hey, I'm Miss Creel. Another thing that you can do is learn how to write all 26 letters, uppercase and lowercase. To get ready for kindergarten, start having them trace letters and make it fun for them by using like crayons or markers or pencils. And then once they learn to trace them and they can do it without the guide, have them doing it independently. You can use finger paints or shaving cream, Play-Doh, just something to make it fun. And remember to always start with uppercase letters and then move on to lowercase. Another thing is to know all 26 letter sounds. Once your child can recognize each letter, then you can start practicing letter sounds. Knowing the letter sounds is an important skill your child needs to know to learn how to read. And number 6 is to count from 0 to 20. Before starting kindergarten, make sure your child knows the numbers 0 to 10. You can start practicing by counting things you see. And then when they grasp the counting with you, then you can start asking them how many there are. And all of this, I think it's really important just to make it fun and make it so they want to learn.
Hello, this is Mr. Cruz. I'd like to bring up the identifying the numbers 0 through 20. Sounds easy, but whenever we're talking about numbers 0 through 20, it's just random. You know, you can help by working with your child to say, what number is this? It could be a 1, the next one could be a 7. Everything will be randomized throughout the year. We learn to say the numbers in order, but whenever we're looking to read them or to write them, we never know which number it's going to be. In writing numbers, sounds, let me go ahead. Writing the numbers, I'm going to tell parents, it's okay, you're going to see reversals. We see this all the time. Kids see it one way, but they write it the other way. That's okay. We'll be working on that for the first few years of elementary school. That's nothing to be worried about, as long as they're trying to write their numbers. And number 9, our last one, are the sight words. I know 80 sight words sounds like a huge number, but it's not. If you really think about it, it's 20 sight words in a 9-week period, but it never hurts to get a jump. Go ahead and start working on the sight words that you'll find in the information that you'll be receiving. And once again, sight words, if you want to start with the little words, that's fine. If you want to start with a group of colors, that's fine. It doesn't matter. When the time comes, you never know which word it's going to be. So it's just a matter of always showing them a small group of words and randomize it until they're good and understand those, and then add a couple more words each time.
We'll do that one more time so you can hear it.
Hey, because I love Wadsworth is because she makes it funner and she makes sure everyone's all right at all time, and she always takes care of it when someone's hurt, and it's just nice to have a teacher that does all that. It's nice. I like kindergarten because my class and I learned to sing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this comes to the end of our presentation. I know some came in a little bit later, so I just want to let you know that down at the bottom of your screen, there's actually 2 speech bubbles, I believe, and it has a Q&A. If you have any questions for our panelists, this would be the time that you could type in those questions, and they can see those questions and they'll be able to answer those for you. Also, if you take a look at this slide right here, it says access to this presentation, and there's a bit.ly. If you want to write down that bit.ly website, you'll be able to have this slideshow for your reference once we are finished. So go ahead. I heard someone.
Sorry, Ms. Rizzo.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say thank you again to everyone who joined us tonight, and also to our kindergarten team. You are an amazing team. And I also want to give a shout out to Kristen Harrington and Ms. Rizzo for helping put this together. We are a big family at Wadsworth, and I think that's an important piece that makes us very unique. And we are excited about the possibility of having all of you that have joined us tonight be a part of our Panther family. So if we can help you in any way, or if you have any additional questions, as Ms. Rizzo mentioned, the bit.ly is available, but also don't hesitate to reach out to us at Wadsworth, and we will be happy to help you in any way that we can.
All right, I do have some questions popping up. Dr. Crawford, I think this one would be for you. What are the classroom sizes?
So we follow a class size that's recommended by the state for kindergarten to third grade, and that is 18. So typically you will not have more than 18 students in a kindergarten class. Occasionally we may run 1 or 2 students over, but generally we try to staff our classes for kindergarten, first, second, and third grade at no more than 18 per teacher.
All right, this would be for Ms. Hughes or Dr. Crawford. How does your child get into the DREAMS program? Also, what makes the DREAMS program different?
So, Ms. Hughes, I think we could probably tag team that. I will answer the first part. To get into the DREAMS program, and let me kind of back up and just tell, our DREAMS program at Wadsworth is for students who are ready for acceleration. Typically for incoming kindergartners, they are ready for to be accelerated for some advanced learning, some exploratory learning as we like to call it. And so what we do is during the first couple of days of kindergarten, we will test our students and to see what students would best fit in to that class. It's important that we meet our students' needs at whatever level that they come in at. And so if we have students that are ready for accelerated learning, then we will call and speak to those parents, let them know, and then they will start in kindergarten with a DREAMS teacher. And we have a DREAMS class at Wadsworth for kindergarten through 5th grade.
So how my class is a little different compared to the other classrooms as far as more challenging. Most of the time, the kids that enter my classroom already know their letters, their sounds. This year, my students came in knowing at least our average was about 40 sight words. So I do not come in starting off doing letters and sounds. So we started on a 1st grade phonics program because I did not need to spend time doing letters and sounds. So we start off where our kids are and hit the ground running at their level. So I evaluate where my kids are and that's where we start. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, ask another question and I'll clarify. So I try to see where they're at and we hit, that's the level I start my classroom at.
All right, the next question, when will we know what class our child will be attending?
I'll take that if that's okay. So in the summer, once parents register their child for kindergarten, we will begin to build rosters for each of our kindergarten classrooms. And we have what is called a Meet the Teacher Day. And so what our families typically will do is they will come to meet the teacher. We will have those class assignments or student placements displayed at Meet the Teacher, and that will be your opportunity to then go to that classroom and meet your child's teacher. Now, one difference with that is if your child is a student that is chosen for the DREAMS classroom that Ms. Hughes was just speaking of, you can meet Ms. Hughes at Meet the Teacher, but that would be the only time that you would not know who your child's teacher is before the school year started.
All right. Does Wadsworth offer a program for kindergartners that need a little more help?
I'll take it. So yes, we do, absolutely. Just as I mentioned that we have a DREAMS classroom and that is to meet the needs of those students, we also have additional classrooms where we will take every child's needs into account and we will structure support as needed for each child. We like to say that our learning is basically prescriptive. So depending on what your child needs, no matter what the subject area is, we will structure their learning around their needs so that all children have academic success.
All right. What is the dress code?
I'll
These are all
take
for you.
So at Wadsworth, we do follow the dress code that has been implemented by our district, and that is a polo, and it can also either be shorts or pants or jeans. For our polos, our students can wear gray, white, red, navy, black. Typically any of those colors are fine. It just needs to be a solid polo, and shorts need to be fingertip length. If a student chooses to wear jeans or pants, we ask that they not have holes in them. We ask that all students also have closed-toed shoes, and that's just for safety for when our students go to PE and when they are out and about on campus and even in their classroom, but closed-toed shoes are the safest.
All right. Will there be a teacher's aide in each classroom?
I'll take it. No, there will not be a teacher's aide in each classroom, and that's for a number of reasons. One, we like for students to function in what we call a least restrictive environment. We want to create strong, independent learners, and so typically we will not have a teacher's aide in every classroom. Now, if we have a student or we have students who have that academic need, then we would look at that as an individual need for a student. There are steps and a process in place for meeting that need. But no, not typically. We would not have a teacher's aide in every classroom.
All right. Will all students need to be registered, or which students need to be registered for kindergarten?
Typically, we would like for all students to be registered prior to the start of the school year, and that just allows us to build rosters for each classroom. So, for example, if we saw that our classes in kindergarten were filling up and they had more than 18 in it, then we would want to look at the possibility of needing an additional kindergarten teacher. And it's much easier to do that. That's a great problem to have, by the way, but it's much easier to hire the most qualified candidate before the school year starts. That's not to say that we won't be able to find someone to meet our needs, but it's just much better if we can go ahead and get our students registered in the summer so that we are best prepared and so that our teachers are best prepared and their classrooms are best prepared for when our students do arrive. We've also found that it just makes a much smoother transition, and it allows our families to have the opportunity ahead of time to go ahead, get registered, find out the supplies that they will need for school, seek out any answers to any questions that they may have.
All right. We have a question about COVID-19. What precautions is the school taking, and what are some guidelines, if any, that we are adhering to?
Well, this is a great question, and this is one that I have not been asked yet, obviously, because we've been in virtual learning. We're now in our 8th week of virtual learning right now, but this is a great question. So I can tell you that even now, even without having students in our building, our custodial staff is on hand every day, and they are already doing deep underlying cleaning to make sure that our building is ready for when our students do return at the beginning of the school year. At this point, our district is looking at different ways to ensure the safety of all of our students and staff. And I feel like as a district, you will find that there will be more information forthcoming on that. But we do take student safety and the health of our students very seriously, and obviously we'll be doing everything that we can to keep them safe from COVID-19, as well as anything else that could possibly make our students ill. And I do believe that that starts by the cleanliness of our school, and I do I will tell you that we have an amazing custodial staff that does a phenomenal job of keeping our school clean and healthy.
All right. Well, that was the last of our questions. I think we want to thank everyone again for joining us tonight. Don't forget to write down that bit.ly so that you will have access to these slides and resources that you can refer to all summer long. We hope you have a wonderful summer, and we look forward to seeing you all brand new Panthers here at Wadsworth next year. Dr. Crawford, do you have any last words?
Just want to say thank you again for joining us tonight. This is exciting. We look forward already to the start of the new school year and look forward to meeting you. And again, I can't say enough about our amazing team that we have at Wadsworth. Thank you to our kindergarten teachers and to Ms. Rizzo and Ms. Harrington for joining us tonight. And if there's anything that we can do, I know that enrolling in kindergarten is a huge step. It's something that we take very seriously, and we want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to possibly educate your child. So if there's anything that we can do to ease that apprehension or to answer any questions, please know that we are happy to help in any way that we can.
All right. Everyone have a good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.